We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas, and we have wonderful guests. And I have a guest, which we've had on before. Her name is Michelle Marie Angel, and she is an angel. She has written 3 books, and we will be talking about different parts of the different books. But the book we're going to talk about today, oh, here it is right in front of me. I'm going, oh my God, I don't have it, is Forever Free. I know you're seeing it backwards, but it says Forever Free. And this is poetry and prose and raising your vibration through it. And we're going to also at the end do a visionary quest. So let me bring Michelle on. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Gail. How are you today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Wonderful.
That's fantastic. Well, I am just so proud of all the wonderful things that you have created that we are going to discuss in a series, because there's just so much of it that we can't do it all in 1 or 2 shows. But today we were going to concentrate on Forever Free, and I thought you might like to discuss that, maybe one part at a time. But before we go there, why don't you tell us a little more about your background and how you got started and why, what brought you to where you are today?
Okay. Well, my spiritual journey was a wonderful journey of a close relationship with God, inspired by my grandmother, who took me to Unity Church and then Self-Realization Fellowship, where I learned to meditate at a young age. At the age of 19, I read Autobiography of a Yogi, and that's actually been an impression on my whole entire life, the work of Paramahansa Yogananda. And my grandma has always been a great spiritual mentor and friend. So I just followed this path of primarily meditation, seeking answers within, like all of us, going through challenges in life, going inward to find answers and so forth, and strength. And really, I think that a lot of us starseeds and light workers have had difficult times, which is like our training. The challenges are our training to develop our strength and our character. And so, I've had my journey of those strengthening things.
That's awesome. So what inspired you to write Forever Free? Where did you write all of those poems in there?
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, they're wonderful. And I remember when we first started, you had mentioned to me, well, why don't you, wherever you land, just open the book and see where it lands.
Yeah.
And I did that, and we'll get to that part. But what it was is laugh at fear.
Oh, that's I think you should read it.
Should we start off with that? You want to start off with that?
Yeah. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to?
No, I'd love to read it. I'd love to read it.
Good. I like it when other people read my poetry.
Oh, it's great. I really like it. Okay. I hope I can do it justice now. So, okay. What happened there? Oops. Okay, Laugh at Fear is the name of this. Watch how fast fear goes away. If you laugh at it, it cannot stay. Only love can last forever, even though fear thinks it's clever. You've got the secret, you hold the key. You've got to try this, you will see. As soon as you feel fear, See what you're thinking. Now think of something funny. Feel that fear shrinking. In the now moment, do what you can. Let go of the past. Make a new plan. Dream a new dream. Feel what is real. Become deeply aware of what does appeal. Do this especially in your darkest hour. It's your freedom, salvation, and greatest power. Find the source of love in your being. Spray love all over the fear you are freeing. Get silly, be playful. Give your mind a rest. Just by letting go, you will be blessed. Get out of your circumstance, take a new view. Let laughter take a hold of you. The sound of ha ha is very healing, the magical, mystical vibration revealing. You disperse the energy and erase contraction. New ideas are presented for inspired action. You can tell fear now to get out of your way. It can't stay here. You've had your say. You've lightened with laughter. You've become a light on your feet. You have landed. I think that's
Yay!
great. Yay.
It almost sounds like a cheer.
Yeah, yeah. Laugh at fear.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, this book is full of many great poems. I mean, I'm really impressed. Written a few poems in my life, but whoa, I'm going, holy smokes, how did you think of all of these? But anyway, it's wonderful. You're obviously divinely inspired. So what if we go through, since we're going to talk about Forever Free to start with, why don't I just, so like part one says, the stars do come out at night. What does
Yes,
that mean?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily, I am actually speaking to people like us, people that are like star seeds and light warriors, and we came here for a reason. We came here with a mission. We signed up for this time, and so it's kind of like the stars that are coming out are like us. And they're like all the people that are doing their light work and spreading information and sharing the truth and discovering their gifts and sharing their gifts. And so more and more people are like coming out into the public. Like I'm just now really going public, even though I've done this work for over 20 years. I've been primarily doing it in the background. That's why I, suddenly had over 70 poems that I could publish in one book because it accumulated over time
Oh, okay.
in my notebooks, usually after meditation or, something inspired me to write it based on my state of consciousness at the time and my life experience and my inspiration. So stars do come out at night means, so we're in this great awakening, and people are discovering their direct connection to God, their passion for their life, because we care about people and we have compassion for other people. And so humanity is going through this dark night of the soul. I mean, you see all these things coming up that are, they really could be quite frightening, but there's a purpose to it all. It's sort of like there's a catalyst to the great awakening. Okay, so we're rising to higher consciousness, and we're coming into our own, basically. We're discovering our true self. We're discovering our passion. We're coming out to serve humanity. And so all these people that have been prepared, qualified, trained, and tested to serve humanity at this time, now is the time we're coming out. And it's coming out like popcorn. First, it's like pop, pop. A few people come out, and then pop, 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 and then several more people come out, and then pop, 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 and then a lot more people come out, and then suddenly it's pop, 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 and it's like the world is full of light and truth, and so it is spreading throughout the planet, which is raising the vibration of our planet while we're evolving our souls into higher consciousness, into unity consciousness, into Christ consciousness.
Yes, and that's wonderful. And um, every step of the way is fascinating as we learn more and more truth. And I really believe that love and truth are really the same, even if it's not what you want to hear. It's still the truth. I'd rather know the truth.
Oh, I say all truth is good, because you want to base all of your decisions on all the information and all the truth. So truth is just, factual information. It has a direct correlation with reality. And, we want to know the truth. Whether we like it or not, it's good for us to make decisions.
Yes. Well, let's move on to the next part, which is called the Great Awakening to Truth, because we see that happening now. We really do. We might not like what we're finding out, but we are finding it out finally. I mean, some of us have known a long time, but the idea is one of the reasons we're doing what we're doing is to be open to people that need information now because they're just finding out some rather shocking things. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're being activated. I mean, our DNA is being activated. Our perceptions our inner dormant perceptions are being activated, and our intuition is increasing. Our discernment is increasing. I mean, we are, remembering mastery, and we are dissolving all the veils between dimensions. And it's really a great awakening. And we have our power back because we have our direct connection with God. And we're not in fear because we have the light of truth. And with the light of truth, what's happening is that people that had nefarious plans and agendas and so forth, they're being busted by the truth more and more and faster, which means they cannot operate their trade in darkness, which means they cannot operate. And right now they're flailing. They're flailing. They're in the death throes right now.
Absolutely. It's exciting, isn't it? It's an exciting time to be alive. Now, one of the things that you mentioned in the Awakening to Truth here, one of the sections, you have discernment. And I think that's really coming forward more too as we open our heart and
exactly, because we've talked about this, but it's like using our heart intelligence. Our heart intelligence in our mind, we can think of various ideas, and it's a great tool. But in our heart, we know the truth. We can access the knowing perception of our soul through our heart, and that's the higher intelligence, and that brings about the higher consciousness.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, let's go to the next section. The next part 3 you have listed here says, ooh, I like this one. Compassion feeds human rights and needs.
Yeah.
Would you care to explain that?
In that section, I was really thinking about how when with higher consciousness, even though we find out the truth, we don't want to meet people at the same level or vibration or consciousness in which the perpetrators, came up with these plans and express, this energy. We want to rise above that, which means we want to come from a place of love and of peace and nonviolence. And we are powerful without using force. And it's like Gandhi and Martin Luther King. We embrace those values and we live by those values. And we are powerful, beyond the forces of evil, in our nonviolent, peaceful state of higher intelligence, and which is the attunement to truth and the vibration of love.
That's awesome. I could have said it better myself. You said it wonderfully. That is so true.
Yeah. And I just want to add with that, we're having compassion for all these people. And so we're like, what can I do to help? We're naturally really good people at heart, and we want to be helpful. And we discover our passion. We discover our purpose. We want to chip in and do what we can to help. And I just see that, people caring and sharing and providing solutions. And, we are really, in spite of everything that we see that's negative on the news, we're really bringing about a new world because we're tapping into our inner genius that everybody has.
Our inner genius, I like that one. And everybody has to realize that they all have that inner genius, and that
absolutely everybody, yes.
and they're all here on a mission.
Yes.
They might not think so, like, well, what's my mission? But could you elaborate that a little bit so that people are aware of what a
Well,
mission really means?
absolutely. Yeah. There is a divine plan, and each soul has a blueprint. Within your blueprint is your passion and compassion and your own special gifts from God, your talents, your abilities, things that you have developed, things that you love and care about, your interests. I think everybody's really on the road of their life purpose naturally because they tend to want to do things, learn things they're interested in, develop skills that they like to do, express their talents and their gifts and everything. And so I think in a way, everybody is on that path. But I know that some people really want more clarity from the soul level. In fact, one of the things I do is I give soul readings, and I look at the person's soul, and I can perceive what their gifts are. And then also I provide life purpose and next step clarity classes in person and online to guide people through a process that elicits more understanding and clarity about what they specifically are here to do. And they end up writing a mission statement, a personal mission.
Oh, awesome. So anyone who is unclear as to what they think they should be doing, or they, want to fulfill their mission, it would be good to be able to take a class, or get some direction
Yeah,
to get there. All you're doing is providing the tools to
right.
facilitate the learning and the expansion of consciousness, because that's what will
Yeah,
happen.
everybody's answers are within, but with guidance, and I've certainly received, my guidance, for my soul's growth and everything, and still am, of course. But with guidance, we can kind of know where to look, how to expand our perspective, what things to look at. Um, it's just guidance for self-reflection, but everybody's answers are found within, and you don't need to have anybody else. But if you get stuck or confused or whatever, it helps to get guidance. And there's just a page on my michellemariangel.com website, and it just talks about life purpose. And it basically, there's a formula right there. You could just read the formula and follow the formula, and be self-taught. I think a lot of people are self-taught in a lot of things.
Oh
So if you
yeah.
don't want guidance, you can just, use that as a springboard. If you want guidance, you could, take a class or something, or get a reading. But either way, I think people are discovering their life purpose right now and contributing.
Very much so. And speaking of self-taught, I didn't have any background in media production, and sometimes it shows. But I do the best I can,
I can relate.
because the message is what's really important. I mean, the perfection of the presentation isn't always what we might like it to be because of audio difficulties or who knows what. But either way, it's a good thing. So the next part, you have know true self as Christ love. Could you explain that?
Absolutely. Well, I think that people who are into self-discovery and self-awareness, they look inside their heart and soul and do soul searching. And so as we come to know our true self through soul searching and our direct connection to spirit, we realize that we are spirit. We have the infinite intelligence of spirit and can access that at any time. And then we learn uh, we learn by doing, and we try to express the best of ourselves, and then we receive intrinsic value. And that's our conscience saying, atta girl, you did a good job, that was very nice of you to help that person, that was very good of you to, show that kindness, that was very nice of you to, smile, lend a hand, help in whatever way possible. We get that intrinsic value, and that actually helps us grow our light within and develop our conscience.
Yeah, what I thought of when you were saying that is it reminds me of when somebody will send me a card or a letter and it'll say in there, "Thank you so much. I've learned so much from your shows. Please keep doing them. I love what you, thank you," and that kind of thing. And that just leaves me beaming. um,
Yeah, in fact, I actually wrote one of my books, Stories for Awakened Awareness. I've written 48 of those. They're not all published yet. But anyway, in one of those books, it's about the value of love and of giving, and how giving doesn't have to cost any money, but showing appreciation is a huge thing to give to people, because that touches them in their heart and soul.
yes. Wow. Um, You know what's in this particular section? I'm wondering if I should read it. um,
Do. I mean, be spontaneous. Do whatever you want. I love this.
that's okay, great. That's kind of, I can't help it. The Love Conquers All is one of
Okay,
the
yeah.
poems she has in here. So I'm compelled to read that, considering what we're going to ultimately do at the end here, and imagine a world full of love.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing you can't overcome, nothing you can't do. You have this shining star inside, and it's part of you. It is the you that's eternal. It is the love that's pure. It is the thing you can count on to help you to to endure. Sorry, my eyes are bad. This is love that conquers all, that turns every experience to gold. It is love that rights all wrongs. It brings beauty to behold. Love, when applied consistently, will wipe away all hate. It brings blessings dependably, and all problems will abate. This love inside of who you are, and it's ready to shine even brighter. Open up, let your love shine, laugh, you'll feel much lighter. Learning all about love is what life is all about. Use your love to conquer all. Love's victory removes all doubt. For love that is always shining, let no problem in. It's sure and unconditional. It lets everybody win.
Yay!
Yay! That's like,
Thank you. I like it when you read my poetry.
I like reading it, and it rhymes, and it's
Yeah,
enlightening. Just the words.
it is.
It,
It
it
is.
has a
And there's
lot of
something about
meaning.
rhythm and rhyme that really touches the deepest part of you. It's like the truth with rhythm and rhyme. It just sort of flows.
It stays with you more readily, just like they tell you to, make this little statement when you want to remember something specifically.
Affirmations. Yeah.
Yeah, and when it's in
Oh,
a rhyme and prose like that, it just makes it so much easier. So
yeah.
anyway, moving right along, let's go to part 5, and
Okay.
that is a sovereign soul has self-control. Oh, this sounds interesting.
Well, here's the thing. As souls, we know that we were born of spirit, and we know that we were born free. Like, we know this. Okay. And some people never want to give up their sovereignty. No, you cannot, people cannot take your sovereignty unless you give it away. As long as you claim it, maintain it, and stand your ground. We have free will choice. We are free souls. And the knowing of ourselves gives us the power and the authority to act from our own divinity, where we have strength, the strength of truth and light and love. I mean, the more you stand in integrity and always do what's right and follow that, your conscience and everything, and do good things, the more your light shines and grows, and the more luminous you get, the stronger you get. And we have really made, across humanity, quite a powerful team of light beings through living through this stuff, standing in our integrity, and seeking the light, and sharing and spreading the light of truth. So we're free, and the truth does set us free. And so the more we share truth, the more free we are. And so all of us, we are learning to self-govern. We don't need some nefarious governing bodies or someone to say they have, power over us when all they're trying to do is oppress us and control us. No, we don't have to let that happen at all whatsoever. And they know that. That's why they're in the death throes by now. We have our power. We have the power of truth and honesty and integrity and our own authenticity, and we can just take a stand. And stand, we do,
And
together.
for the longest time, I was really being concerned that I wasn't seeing Americans standing, but they're standing now.
Yeah.
They're standing up against school boards. They're standing up in courtrooms. They're standing up in a lot of places, and I am so happy to see it because that's exactly
And on
what we
social
need.
media.
And
I
on
mean,
social media, yeah.
There's all these different platforms. So if somebody gets kicked off YouTube, for example, we find different platforms. There's always an avenue for truth to come out, and there's many avenues. Like you knock one out, and 3 more is going to spring up. There's nothing going to stop what's coming. Nothing's going to stop the truth.
Exactly.
Sure.
The truth is coming whether you like it or not. And
That's
the
right.
best is yet to come too, because that is important as well. Because as our consciousness raises and we lift our vibration, there are many blessings of abundance there.
Exactly. And what you said before about discernment, the more light we have, the more we know the truth, the less we can be deceived. And the more we know the old playbook, the more we can see what's coming and head it off at the pass. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to fall for it. We might have fallen for something once, not twice.
Well, isn't it interesting how as time has gone by and the energies have changed and we have the things that we see now and we go, oh my God, why didn't I see that before?
Right. 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 Because
the programming has been strong within us.
We caught on to the patterns in the playbook. And so what happened was, as truth seekers, and this is what a lot of let's see, truth warriors that seek the truth, and they so their intuition gives them this cognitive dissonance and just says inside, no, what I'm hearing doesn't make sense. It's not true. I'm going to do some research. So there's been the Great Awakening is based a lot on research, inner and outer research, going direct to the light within, as well as, doing research and finding documents, patents, old news articles, photos, videos, it's all coming back and it's all fitting together and all the pieces are coming together, and then we're sharing the truth. And so we really are powerful by now. I mean, that's why I think that 2023 is just going to be a turning point for humanity, personally.
I would have to agree with you. I think it is too. The truth is coming out at an exponential rate, and they can't hide it anymore. People are going to know it. I mean, there are some people that will just don't want to learn, and they'll just turn, away. But the vast majority, once they find out, they're going to be horrified about some things. But they're definitely going to want the change to come forward.
Yeah, and the positive changes are for everybody.
Exactly.
People that are awake are making changes like at local school boards and local governments and state governments and so forth. I mean, it's going all over the place worldwide. And so we are making changes that help everyone and enlighten everyone. We've enlightened, the sharing has gone on to all different levels. And a lot of the people, that have made it through and are still in government are fighting for us and for the truth and for fairness. And so the blatant lies and shenanigans are just that. They're becoming so obvious and blatant that everybody has to realize by now that, first of all, there have been a lot of shenanigans and there has been a lot of deception.
Endless.
And there has been a lot of
Countless.
misplaced trust, and I mentioned that in my book as well.
Very
But here we
misplaced.
are. We're here to focus on solutions and to lift each other up and to be kind and share and, just help each other out as much as possible because we love everybody.
Our very existence, we were created in love, and that's how we were meant to live. And
Hmm.
we've had so much program, I hate to say programmed out of us because it's not really programmed out of us, but it's
Well,
programmed under
there
under the
was
surface
programming
of
put into us. There was programming put into us
exactly.
that limited our sense of self. So we were programmed to think, oh, your self-worth is
Small.
based on your financial status or your
Measure
uh,
your character by the size of your pocketbook.
credentials,
That's a great one.
your
Yeah.
official, government or expert title, and forget the titles. When it comes to credentials, it's all about character. It's not about, a title or, what your bank account looks like. A lot of people that have good hearts have big bank accounts.
Struggle.
I
Well,
mentioned a few.
oh, okay. What were you? Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Oh, well,
Elaborate.
no, I'll tell you what actually just came to mind. I saw a video recently and it was a video about President Trump who was helping this lady.
I saw it.
who-
I
Yeah,
saw it. Yeah, she had a
terminal,
son,
and her
and
son.
she's
Yeah, yeah,
terminal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he helped her, and he's done a lot of really good things. Which of course, the mainstream media that has their narrative and agenda doesn't want to point out all the great things he's done, and he actually doesn't toot his own horn. I've never seen him talk about all the stuff he does. I've only heard it from the people that have benefited, and they don't have, like most of them don't have the media platform, to come out and tell the world, the great things. And like I said, I've never seen him toot his own horn about stuff like that. So that's just, form of humility. And by the way, speaking of him, I really like his authenticity. When people used to complain about his personality or whatever, I thought, man, he's real.
There was
Oh,
mind control programs that were going on, and if you're not
yeah,
politically correct, he was real. He just
exactly.
if if thought it, he said it if he could, and I appreciate that. I
All
really
these
do.
other people that were trying to be diplomatic and correct and all this other stuff, they were putting on a show. They were presenting an image to the public. It wasn't even really them. And now we're finding out how nefarious a lot of people were that had people fooled, thinking that they had your best interests at heart, and come to find out they did not. And they made all kinds of financial gain and harmed many people. And I'm very sad about that, but glad for the purpose that it served, because what's happening is that we are evolving our consciousness, increasing our discernment, and going to God. It's a great revival. Everybody's going to the God within. People use different terminology, and it doesn't matter what your faith is, but faith in the God within, the Christ within, or
It's
religion,
written in
whatever
our
it is.
DNA. It's literally written in our DNA. God
Absolutely.
eternal
Yeah,
and
yeah,
within,
yeah.
and that's absolutely amazing. So humanity is beginning to learn their true value, their true origin, their true heart. The dark always wants to blame humanity for all the bad things that have happened in our world, and this is where sometimes there's a bone of contention because it's like, why have some humans gone along with certain things that they know in their heart aren't right, but they're put in a position where their livelihood depends on it, their family depends on them. They're not. That's where I sometimes question free will. I mean, people can always say there's always another job, and yeah, there is. but there can be enough time between those jobs that you can lose your housing. So,
well, I've done that. I've sacrificed money and housing and security
so
to
have
stand
I.
in my integrity. I'm still alive. It does take a lot of courage. It does take a lot of faith. And a lot of people, have given up and sacrificed a lot. And also, I mean, think of the people that have come out with truth, who have been, you know, uh, attacked and even
Attacked.
killed,
Yeah.
even murdered, for telling the truth. And yet their soul, you can give your life and you earn eternal life. And there is no death. There is no death. And so if you get rid of all fear, perfect love casts out all fear. If you get rid of all fear and your faith just keeps growing and growing and growing. And
Laugh
then,
at fear.
yeah, laugh at fear.
Yeah.
So people are transcending to higher consciousness. And that's actually the part 6, I believe, that we're going to be talking about next.
Yes. Transcend to higher consciousness.
Yeah. So, think of all the people that are researching truth and spreading the truth and going within and discovering their life purpose and shining their light. I mean, we're here to shine our light. And so what we do is, and this is part of the trap of going to the dark side or the light side. Part of the trap on going to the dark side, if you fall for the traps of the ego and you want to just live for yourself or selfishness, and you're egotistical and it's all about, you get your approval from outside instead of inside, your self-worth actually comes from God and your worth as a child of God. But if people think, oh, my self-worth depends on, this job or how much money or the title that I have, I need to sound important or look a certain way or whatever. Those are traps of the ego, and they might make narcissists, and they're the ones that are the most deceived, because first they're self-deceived, then they're deceived by the higher up evil ones, the powers and principalities of evil. And so, but there's always a way out. There's always a way for redemption. You can always turn around and face the light, the light within.
And have you noticed how Trump has given chances to many people that I think he already knew had nefarious backgrounds, were not transparent about anything, but gave them a chance to turn to the light?
Yes, yes.
And some
That
of them
reminds me
didn't.
of another book I wrote. It's called Choice Point.
Well, you're a prolific writer here.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of writing. So Choice Point is like, so sometimes, we're always playing roles in each other's lives. Okay. And sometimes we're there to give someone a choice, and it's part of their soul's test, whether they're going to make the right choice toward the light or the wrong choice toward, selfish
Darkness.
motives or dishonesty or something like that. People can always choose to be honest and do the right thing, and it may come at a cost to maybe physical or material things, or the way someone thinks about you. But what really matters is our own self-approval and doing what's right. And so the choice point is, we're playing a part in each other's life, and you're enacting this scenario in life, and a person has a choice to do the right thing or not. And we need those choice points. That's part of our evolution. That's part of the divine plan. That's part of our this earth school of life. So let me see if there's anything else I want to say. So transcending to higher consciousness, we're seeking the truth, and we're becoming the truth as we seek the truth. And then, so your soul becomes more illumined the more you seek and shine and spread the truth, and, act for good, think good thoughts, say kind words. You're constantly building that light and ascending to higher states of consciousness. You get deeper perceptions. You get gifts from God. Things happen in your life. it's kind of like the law of cause and effect. And some people call it karma. Some people call it as you sow, so shall you reap. But the energy you put out always comes back. It's the law of the one. It comes back in a circle. And we are all one, you know. So we're learning and growing, and we're transcending to higher consciousness. And many people now are doing it consciously. They're like, I want to be love. I intend to raise my vibration and maintain a high vibration. I intend to help serve humanity. You know, who can I serve? Who can I help? The higher consciousness people, the people who are transcending, are doing it consciously, and they're helping out as much as they can. And they're raising their vibration to love, and they're creating this field of love and light and peace, because peace is the foundation within, where you can make like a peaceful lake of consciousness and reflect the divine light. And then you get the whole vision, like we're going to vision at the end. You get the whole vision, you reflect that out, because everything's like a reflection, and that's how we create our reality. We're becoming conscious creators while we're transcending to higher consciousness. We're becoming powerful and sovereign and free, and we're creating heaven on earth.
And we're being activated on a daily basis. Yes, it's fascinating. Okay, well, we're up till part 7.
Yes.
And then we'll be able to move into our vision creation, or that you will lead. And so let's talk about the heart vibration navigation. What's that all about?
Well, I feel like across humanity, people are tuning in. It's like necessity is the mother of invention. So we are humble. We need help. We're turning to God. We're turning it to the light within. And through this connection and that shift in awareness, we're going deeper within ourselves, discovering our true self. And so we're reflecting that inner light and love to a higher degree than we ever did before. So now we're tuned into our heart. We have developed heart intelligence, and that's how we navigate. So we have discernment. We know what resonates. When we're the highest vibration of love and we're attuned to absolute truth, then we can navigate along life's course with this higher state of consciousness, and we're not deceived, and we are being led to find and implement solutions for ourselves, each other, our community, and all of planet Earth. And we understand the alchemy of consciousness, so we get our consciousness calibrated to the oneness, to what's good for all, which is, you know, peace on earth and goodwill toward all. And so that we have freedom and creativity and solutions to all these, you know, the effects of all of the miscreations that have harmed many people recently, even.
And, and that are basically coming down, and the truth is being found out about the nefarious activity behind certain things that are happening, like explosive chemicals and train derailments and so on and so forth. I don't mean to laugh at that. That's serious. And to think we send all that money overseas for others when we have more than sufficient problems here at home.
Well, we know what's wrong, and we're going to fix it. And we know ourselves and our power and the power of visioning and joining in consciousness. So we are actually not, we don't have to fix everything at the physical and 3D level first. We're going to higher consciousness. We're doing it through visioning and prayer and meditation, unity consciousness. And that's what the vision's all about. We're going into unity consciousness, and we are consciously creating our world the way we choose it to be, because we're taking our attention away from television and all of the media and former forces that wanted to take our creative powers to create their vision. And we're saying, no, caught you, done. We're creating our vision. Our vision is peace. And, you know, our vision is abundance for all. And our vision is going to happen. We've got the power.
We have the power, and so often people don't think they have the power, and it's sometimes hard to muster it up in yourself when you've been knocked down a lot, because the things that go on are um, intentional to keep humanity down. I
Yeah.
mean, there's literally a holocaust of humanity that is being attempted, and that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, exactly. That Holocaust that you're talking about is what I'm calling humanity's dark night of the soul. Same thing. And it's sort of a rite of passage. We have no choice, but to overcome it with overcome darkness with the power of the light and the light within, and the light that we share in power. The unity of our light is like what's really going to, turn the tables seriously.
Really kick butt power.
I'm telling you, yeah, yeah. They don't call us light warriors for nothing.
That's
So
right. And we've
before
been
we
through this before. It's not our first rodeo, actually.
exactly, no, no, no. So before we move on to the vision, I was wondering if I could just read the last three paragraphs
Oh yes, please go
of
ahead.
the last
I meant to
essay,
ask.
Heart Vibration Navigation, and then maybe I'll read one poem, and then we can go on to the vision.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Okay,
Let's do that.
all right. When the heart is attuned to the absolute, it is of the highest vibration. The highest vibration is a deep feeling of love. The heart knows unity. It is natural to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Knowing true peace of heart is the establishment of the peaceful presence of God within as the center point of being, intelligence, and consciousness, all one. It is known by the Christed soul that this center of love is source of all life. The soul is Christed by virtue of the pure reflection of the image of God. The soul is prepared, and I'm talking to all of us here and all the people that are watching. We are prepared to navigate according to the highest vibration of love. With calibrated navigation, the soul is free. It knows itself as spirit. It knows itself as cause. It knows its design. It knows its purpose. This is higher consciousness. After all we have been through, we ascend to this place. Our heart intelligence is one with universal love. We have managed to raise our vibration and maintain it as we proceed to create consciously. The inner becomes the outer. We create a new reality. With vision and hearts full of love, we are free to create heaven on earth.
And that's what we're going to do with our vision.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
beautiful. Thank you.
let's see. I want to read a poem. Should I read it before or after the vision? But it's called A Cause for Celebration. So let the title be your guide.
I think we should read it after the vision.
Oh, good, good, good. I thought you might say that.
I'm good. I'm glad I said it the right way.
Okay.
I just went with what came to me. Yeah.
There's no wrong answer. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you
So,
go right ahead and guide us along.
Okay. So if everybody wants to just get very comfortable and relax and take a few deep breaths. Just feel really good and know that we are all here together in spirit and in love and in truth. We are joined. Okay. And here is the vision. This is called the United Vision for Humanity's Awakening and Planetary Healing. With love and gratitude, we are united in spirit to transmit our soul's desires of healing and restoration for the souls of humanity, for the elements of nature, for the plant, mineral, and animal kingdoms, and the whole of Gaia. We are sending love from our hearts to the people who have been affected by the earthquakes, oppression, bioweapons, and chemical attacks, and all other nefarious actions that have harmed many souls. We call in the warring angels to stop and prevent these lower density beings and energies from further harming or damaging our planet. We call in Archangel Michael for protection for all of God's children. We call in the solutions, technologies, angels, and elementals to purify our earth, air, water, and bodies of all toxins that are harmful. We now see our bodies and our planet as healthy, strong, harmonious, organic, and pure. We are all one with God's immaculate image of perfect health, eternal youth, and divine radiance. With energies cleared and health and harmony restored, we live in peace and freedom. We breathe fresh air freely. We grow and eat pure, healthy food abundantly. We realize our prosperity is in God and that we can use our higher intelligence to manifest all that is good according to our true heart's desires. We are free, sovereign beings, knowing that our power of sharing the light of truth has awakened all of humanity, who will no longer be deceived, but step out into the light and love of God and the angels, and we claim our dominion over the lower forces of darkness. We demand peace and harmony now. We celebrate and rejoice in our new day of peace and abundance. We gather in communities and groups, knowing that light has prevailed over darkness, and we celebrate with healthy food and joyous music that feeds our bodies and souls. We love one another. We discover our gifts with creative freedom. We create and share with all. Together, we have envisioned the complete awakening of humanity to truth and love. We have held the image of complete restoration of Gaia and all that she holds. We claim that this is done in spirit and know that God gives us this power to create this good for all of humanity and for our planet. By the power of our indwelling Christ essence, we claim victory. And in deep gratitude, we give thanks to God and the angels and all the dimensions of the highest vibration of pure love as we feel deeply the peace and joy that comes with the victory of light. We now claim this as universal truth and release it for manifestation. It is done, so be it.
I had myself muted there, not to interrupt, but when you said it's done, well, I lost it. You said, so be it, and I said, I decree it, and so it is. That's what I was.
That's what this is. I mean, this very much, our focusing our
decree.
attention on this vision and decrees, as long as we synergize our consciousness and unify in consciousness, our power is immense. It is immense.
We actually create the mess we're in many ways.
Pardon me?
I said, in many ways, we have created the mess that we're in without being aware that we were actually involved in that creation.
Well, somehow what did I do?
Looks like you're.
I went out of focus somehow.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Huh.
Maybe it'll correct itself. I don't know.
Oops! Now I'm messing up my thing here. I didn't even touch that part.
Yeah, I didn't see you touch anything actually. But anyway, I mean, I can still see you're there. You're just not real clear. There, that's better. There you. Oh.
Oops.
Now that's better. There.
Okay.
You're back to normal.
Okay. So a cause for celebration. So we're going to claim our power, and we're going to say that, this is what's happening, and it's happening quite quickly. A cause for celebration. In my heart leaves this deep wish. My dream is that all would realize this. The love of God chalice has everyone included. It dissolved the sense of separation that has us deluded. In each heavenly heart, love knows no bounds. Anchored in peace, our connection is found. There's no confinement, separation, or illusion, only clarity and openness replacing confusion. Our identity is key to this operation. The alchemy of consciousness is soul's liberation. Upward and outward, love keeps expanding, expression of gifts on other hearts landing. One with our Father, we know no limitation, the Holy Spirit of truth in love's vibration. Christ-like reflection, refined to perfection, and amplified, radiant, we know resurrection. When I see love expressed, my wish is fulfilled. As I express love, my heart is refilled. Giving just seems to increase the flow. Inside, I feel God's love while my cup overflows. No matter what outer appearances seem, we live in our hearts where light we can glean. No matter who or what tries to invade, our attitude and attention makes love pervade. An inner focus within to our realm of heaven, communion with God is our springboard, our leaven. Uplifting and healing, peace lights the way. My wish is God's will at the end of the day. Now fully surrendered, God's will is done. Another new day at the rise of the sun. We are each a lamp for genius creation. Hey, this is cause for great celebration.
It most certainly is. We definitely want a future like that, and we want to celebrate. It'll be called The Gathering.
It's into being right now. There are peace pockets. You know, there are groups unifying. There are peace pockets, and this vibration is spreading quite rapidly. You know, and we are ascending rapidly. We're unifying. I'm telling you, this year is going to be astounding, miraculous.
It's big. And stay tuned, and please like and subscribe. And what else? There's one other button, isn't there? Like, subscribe,
share?
and
I don't know, share?
Share. Yeah, share. That's what I say. Very important to share. This is a very important message. It's very divinely inspired. And I ask you, or I implore you, to share this around. It's very important. And we will do it again soon.
Yeah. And connect with us. You have our information in the description box. So connect with Gail and myself, and let's cooperate to, work together to make all, the planet a better place and all our dreams come true.
Yes. And, I do what I do to get the message out there, to use your own discernment. You don't have to believe anything that myself or the people I have on say, but I do believe that even if you do, you will be pleased and have good results. All we're doing is offering tools and information that can help you expand your consciousness, your level of awareness.
And our love.
And with yes, and we're sending our love. I have a hard time doing that one. Oh, this way. It looks. Oh, anyway. I got
your heart.
Yes. Let me from my heart to the audience, I love you. I am with you on your journey, and thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
God bless you.
God bless everyone. Thank you for being here.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our color. destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Left your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our color.